having some bets with some friends regarding weight loss. Surprisingly
Whatever
motivating.
motivates, right?
Surprisingly motivating. I've done it twice now, and it was surprisingly motivating.
Hi there, welcome back to 10 Minutes to Fit. I'm Coach Adam. Got Paul here with me. Today we're in the gym. We've got an excellent full body interval workout of overhead squats and double unders. Stick around. All right, so Paul, tell them a little bit about you.
Okay, so my name is Paul McMahon. I'm an electrical engineer. I guess in terms of that job, it tends to be kind of a sedentary job. So I kind of struggle to, make sure I keep moving and don't get the sort of forward posture that you can get from sitting down. So about 4 years ago, I switched to a standing desk. So through the day, I can bounce back and forth between standing and sitting, and hopefully, avoid that the nasty position. In terms of my exercise background, I guess as a kid I played some ice hockey, and gave that up around grade 7 or so, and didn't do a whole lot until I became an adult, and then got into beer league hockey. Basically, played most of my hockey in the beer leagues, and then I guess about 4 years ago switched from that into CrossFit.
So before 4 years ago, there was no formal training. There was no strength training.
Definitely no strength training. Yeah, like I spent very little time in the gym. Never really had any interest in being the gym guy or anything like that. I was definitely more of a sport aspect than just lifting weights, for sure.
Yes.
Even now, I'm not really big on just moving weights. I like to have some kind of goal, some kind of a score, some kind of a metric.
Yes. And so in terms of, you can talk physical, mental, emotional. What changes have you seen from going from just a sports-based athleticism to training?
Well, certainly there was the initial weight loss. That's actually kind of how I got into CrossFit, and my later extension into fitness, having some bets with some friends regarding weight loss. Surprisingly
Whatever
motivating.
motivates, right?
Surprisingly motivating. I've done it twice now, and it was surprisingly motivating. The second bet like that is when I started CrossFit, and then I just haven't stopped. The bet's long been over, but just haven't let go of it. It's kind of got under my skin and got a bit addicted to it.
So why do you keep it up? Yeah.
I think the fact that there's always something to learn, something to work on. I like the fact that it's measurable, so we have scores, we can compare. I think it's important to track everybody's individual scores, so that you can see, even if it's a tiny little improvement that you get over the months, that can be very motivating, just to kind of see that little step improvement. So I think the people that aren't tracking their workouts are kind of leaving that on the table a bit. So that kind of keeps coming back. And like the community aspect, and you sort of have this loose accountability with the other people that you see on a daily basis, and that definitely keeps things on track.
Yeah, you got to stay motivated one way or another, so find a way that works for you. Excellent. So we've got a cool workout for you coming up just after a break. All right, so what we've got for you today is, as usual, going to be 10 minutes, 2 movements, 30 seconds each, 30 seconds rest in between, 5 sets. 2 movements today are going to be an overhead squat and double unders. So Paul's going to be our demo here for the overhead squat. Just a little so you can see your feet. Good. So you're going to grip the bar. We're going to use just a stick to demo this first, or a broomstick, PVC, whatever you got. Out nice and wide so that you can take that thing all the way around. We're going to just show a pass through. Good. You want to be able to bring that thing all the way around behind you. So a nice wide grip. He's going to take it up overhead. Set his feet at about shoulder width and show us a squat. Beautiful. Ideally bringing the hips down below the knees and knees in line with the feet. Back up. Just one more. Excellent. Turn towards me. We'll see a couple from the side. Notice that the bar is going to stay in line with his feet the whole time. Through the down and the up. And more from the side. Beautiful. So, if you want a little bit more challenge from that, Paul's going to do a barbell for the workout. I'm going to show us a couple there. Same grip, nice tight chest on the setup. Good. And just one more. Beautiful. If you want some weight on this, but you don't happen to have a barbell, this can be done with 2 dumbbells. take those overhead, lock them out, and then same idea, come down into a nice squat, and then back up. One more. Excellent. And then we'll give you one more demo here with the sandbag if you happen to have something like that at home. But this can be done with really anything, as long as you can keep it overhead locked out in that squat. So here's the sandbag. More. Great. All right, movement number 2 is the double under. So this is a skipping movement. It does require some practice and some technique. So if you don't have this one yet, that's all right. We're going to show you a couple variations. So what the double under is one jump, 2 rotations of the rope. Paul makes them look really easy. Once again, this does require some practice, so choose an option that works. Option number 2 is just a single under, so 1 jump, 1 rotation. Maybe a couple years or a few years since you've done one of those, but grab out the rope, get moving on that. And then our last option is if you don't have a rope at all, you're just going to jump and tap the legs, either once for a single under or twice for the doubles. So there's the double tap or just a single tap, whatever you want to coordinate. Great. So go ahead and get your equipment set up, click the link below to get your warm-up done, and we'll see you on the other side for the workout. Alright, so if you've got your warm-up done, your equipment set up, it is time to go. Just a friendly reminder, what we're going to do is 10 minutes of work. We're going to go 30 seconds worth of overhead squats, 30 seconds of rest, 30 seconds of double unders or single unders or jump taps, 30 seconds of rest, 5 times through. So if you're ready, it is time, and we will get started in 10 seconds. work. I'm glad that I had the nice lightweight on that one. Good for you for taking the more challenging option. Take a minute, walk around, let that heart rate come down, grab some water. Paul's got some great advice for you on the other side. Hey, so once again, great work to you. That was much more impressive than myself. Great work to you guys for getting another workout in. So Paul and I were just chatting, and you mentioned that as of about a month ago, you decided that for this year, you're going to cut out sugar, refined sugar, sweets, which I think is a wonderful idea. Why did you decide that? What benefits does it have? And what were the challenges with doing it, and how are you doing with that?
Okay, so yeah, I decided, I guess it was a New Year's resolution time, and I thought, what might I do to like take myself to the next level for the year? So I thought about a couple of things, but decided on sugar because I was pretty bad for grabbing something sweet after my main meals of the day. Challenging because my mother is an amazing cook and is always providing like multitudes of cookies and cakes and everything like that. And then to make matters worse, my daughter loves to bake, so the house is always full of my favorites, basically, you know. So massively challenging there. How do I stick with it? I think sticking with it is partly, you know, being a bit public about it, you know, telling other people that's what you're doing,
so
then they sort of hold you accountable. You know, sometimes it's only in your own mind, but it's still an accountability nonetheless.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps, I think, stick with it. I guess one of the reasons I chose sugar was I was under the belief that, you know, first of all, keeping blood sugar very, very low is excellent from like a muscle building point of view, and also reducing inflammation, in addition to, you know, probably losing a couple of pounds on the side as well. So I always try to focus on keeping that blood sugar as low as possible, and having those desserts definitely wasn't doing me any favors.
Helping with that.
No.
Awesome. So, you know, we talk about accountability every once in a while. Tell some people what your goals are, right? They're going to check in with you. It's going to keep you on track. I think that's a great piece of advice. That being said, you know, you don't need to go 100% sugar-free, right? Paul's doing this as a challenge now. After that's over, you may come back to a balance point where, hey, I have sugar once a week or whatever it is. Don't restrict yourself completely. Do it as a challenge. Get that set up. But, you know, find balance in what you do. Awesome. So, thanks for coming out and doing a workout, and we'll see you next time on 10 Minutes to Fit.